Sometimes we acquire too much stuff. We buy it, we get it from other people, and then we look around our homes and we wonder how the heck we got so cluttered. Today I'm sharing 15 home items you should never buy if you hate clutter. As always, of the items I'm sharing today, if you have them and you use them and you love them, then you keep using them. Because at that point, they're no longer clutter to you and you enjoy them. I'm just gonna start out strong here, and I have a feeling this could make some people mad because I feel like I see these in everyone's homes. It's coffee table books. I personally have never found a coffee table book where I'm like, oh, this is perfect, this is gonna be great, and I just display it on my coffee table. I don't even have a coffee table, but that's beside the point. I just don't find them to be particularly useful. We even paid lots of money for our wedding album thinking, okay, we're gonna make a coffee table book out of it, we're gonna put it on display. 17 years later, that coffee table book of our wedding album is somewhere in the depths of my basement. I like having decor that's functional, so if you wanna have books on your coffee table, keep the books you're currently reading and do that. This next one could also be a bit controversial, but I actually feel very strongly about it because I do think that this does lead to a lot of clutter, and it's collections of things. I'm going to give the big caveat, however, if you have these collections and they're on display in your home, at that point, I don't think it's clutter. I think if you're seeing them every day and you're enjoying them and it's a collection of things, then that's fine. If you, however, are collecting things and you're storing it away and it's off in a closet somewhere, you're not looking at it, you're not enjoying it, I do think this collector mentality causes us to become cluttered. You get one thing and then you want another and then you need 10 more and you just gotta fill your collection up and you've got to have everything together. Okay, this next one is a storage unit. And I know this isn't a home item per se. However, it is used to store home items. And I found an alarming stat, and I've shared this stat before, 18% of the storage facilities in the US are used by people who have single family homes. So they have the space, theoretically, and the top two things that are in storage unit is actually clothing and furniture. If you cannot fit the items in your home, why are you keeping it? So try to declutter that storage unit. Obviously, clutter is a huge theme of my channel, and it's something that I'm really trying to learn a lot more about so I can bring you guys good content, which brings me to today's sponsor of the video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community. They have thousands of classes. I'm going to tell you guys all about them. Doing sponsored content really helps me because then I can bring you guys great content. It helps my channel, and I can also recommend things that I think are really useful and that I love. Skillshare is one of those things. I think no matter what age you are, you should always be learning. I personally want to be a lifelong learner, kind of what keeps me motivated and interested, makes me feel alive. So if that sounds like you, let me tell you about what I've been taking. I've been on the platform and I've been taking some courses on YouTube. I really want to figure out how to make better YouTube videos, how to make content and topics that you guys would be interested in. I also took a learning path on graphic design, which I thought was really cool. The learning path I took was become a Canva expert for digital asset design. Basically, learning paths are a curated, kind of hand-picked, sequential group of courses that you can take on any topic. And they do this for you, they curate it, so you can kind of come into a topic. For me, it's graphic design here, and I'm coming in as a complete beginner, complete novice, and I'm going through these paths, and I'm going through these courses one by one, and gradually learning more. I also love that it's on demand, it's online, you can go at your own pace. I also took a course on digital decluttering from Emma Gannon. I feel like digital clutter is something we also all struggle with. I mean, tell me in the comments below if you do as well. They also have all kinds of courses: gardening, sewing, knitting, design, productivity. It's a gold mine of content. So if you're interested in taking things to the next level, I encourage you to check out Skillshare. I will have the link below. The best part is they are giving a 1-month free trial to the first 500 people who use my link. Check out Skillshare. The next thing to never buy if you hate clutter is body scrub. And I'm looking at you, Sugar Tree Hut, that brand. My daughter goes crazy for it. The problem I find with these is it's a huge tub. And what my daughter does is she will use like half of it and then she'll get sick of it and then she'll buy another one. And then the half of a tub just sits there. It gets old and then you have to throw it away. I just find body scrubs to be a source of clutter, not only in your bathroom, but I also think they're wasteful because guess what? I have a body brush. It lasts forever. I don't have to keep rebuying it. It does the same thing. Check one out. I will link mine. This next one may seem like a little bit strange, but it's organizing solutions. Because you're thinking, oh, these will be helpful. I can organize my things with these. But here's the problem. There are very few organization systems that you actually need. Before you go and invest in all these baskets and these bins and all these pretty little things, I'm telling you, that is not your problem. Your problem is you simply have too much stuff. And once you declutter and you get down to what you need and what you're using, then decide what you want to get. Then decide how many baskets you need. Make sure you measure. Maybe you don't even like to use baskets. Just don't go jumping and buying tons of organizing solutions because it's not going to solve your clutter problem. And the systems themselves that you're buying just end up becoming clutter. This one I've talked about a bunch before. Commercial cleaning products. There are very few commercial cleaning products, like the branded products, that I will buy. I've probably got about 2 of them at this point. If you've been watching my channel, you know I really like the Scrub Daddy Power Paste and I love Barkeeper's Friend, right? Those are really the only 2 that I'm buying. Otherwise, I'm making my own cleaning products. I am simply using water, a little bit of dish soap, maybe some vinegar. I'm keeping bottles of it around the house, or I make it on demand, and I just use it as an all-purpose cleaner. It is so much easier than going out there, having tons of cleaning products, cluttering up underneath my sink. I just need 1 bottle to get the job done. Incandescent light bulbs. These may be cheap, they're easy on your everyday budget. However, in the long term, they're going to be hard on your power bill. And don't go replacing them all at one time. That's not how I did it. That's not what I'm saying to do. When your incandescent bulb dies, simply replace that one with an LED bulb and then keep going until you have all LEDs throughout your own house. That's what we've done. My whole home is LED bulbs at this point. The best thing is about the LED bulbs is they last at least a decade. They actually recoup their costs within 6 months, and your power bill is going to be much lower. And the reason why I'm calling these incandescent bulbs clutter is because you'll need like 10 of them for 1 LED. Take a look around your kitchen. Do you see lots of gadgets? I'm putting gadgets on this list. There is a gadget for everything. There's an avocado slicer. There's an egg slicer even. They have a pasta maker. I won't even say rice cooker because I said that in another video and everybody got mad. I had no idea how many people loved and used their rice cookers. I've never used one, but you keep your rice cookers. Fad cookware. Do you guys remember when everything was mini? Like mini cupcakes, mini muffins. I have all of these little mini containers, these mini muffin pans in my house. I even have a mini waffle maker. Just don't fall into the fad of bakeware and cookware. Just get the standard stuff. Your wallet and your kitchen will thank you later. And kind of continuing on with kitchen, I also find cheap kitchen items to be a huge source of clutter. I have made the mistake in the past. One time I needed some mixing bowls and I went and nothing against Target. I love Target, but I got the Target brand. They were terrible. I would put them in the microwave just for a few seconds and they would get really hot. Then the plastic was so hard they actually broke. I'm sorry. I had to get rid of them. I ended up replacing them with OXO, which is a great brand. It's one I love. I had the same thing happen to me with a peeler, a carrot peeler. I had to get rid of it after a couple of years. I replaced it with an OXO one. I've had that one now for at least a decade. So don't cheap out on kitchen items that you need because they're gonna last a lot longer if you get them from a reputable brand. We used to use these for years because my kids like to drink milk with straws, but it's plastic and paper straws. Just buying those straws, having those plastic straws everywhere, it's just too much. Now we just use the stainless steel ones. I pop them in the dishwasher. They're clean, easy, store them in my silverware drawer, and they're ready to go. Next is Souvenirs. Over the years, I have bought so many of these. I don't know about you, but when I go somewhere, I feel like, oh, I need some memorabilia. I need to buy something and bring home a piece of this vacation so that I have a good memory of it. Well, in the last several years, in the last many years, I've started noticing that a lot of these souvenirs are made in China. So I'm buying like a magnet that says Paris. You flip it around, it's made in China. I just find that to be completely ridiculous. And it just adds to the clutter. And I also, if I am gonna buy a souvenir, I'm only gonna buy something that I'm gonna put on display. So if I go somewhere, just going with the Paris example, and I see like a street painter and he's making a painting and I want to buy that painting, I will buy it as a souvenir knowing that I'm going to put it in my living room. This one is oddly specific, but it is gift bags. I say just get a roll of wrapping paper and call it a day. Dollar bin items or items from the dollar store or Five Below, stores like that. These places, it's very interesting. They almost design them in such a way that you feel like you're on a treasure hunt. And I don't know about you, but when I've gone into the Dollar Tree stores, I often feel like they're very cluttered. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you have to dig through. And I know they do this intentionally. They do this so that you feel like when you find something, you have scored and you're gonna buy it. There's like a biological need for hunting and gathering, and it totally exists when you're out retail shopping. Think how great you feel when you find something on sale. That is the emotion that they're going for, and they're doing it on purpose because they want your money. And the other thing that they do is they kind of create this psychological reaction. So if you go in there and you see something and, say you're just looking for a light bulb, well, guess what? They're going to put the light bulbs, but then right next to the light bulbs, they're going to put lamps or something else that needs that light bulb. And it's just going to create this chain of purchases. Listen, there's nothing wrong with trying to get a deal when shopping. I do it all the time. I think it's great. But this brings me to my last point of what not to buy if you hate clutter, and it's sale items. Sometimes you see an item on sale and you immediately want to buy it. You feel like you have to have it. What you don't realize is you're going to cause yourself a problem, because if you don't truly need that item, then you're going to be bringing it into your home and you're essentially going to be paying rent for it, because now you need to house it and find space for it and maintain it. So just think before you bring something home, how much are you willing to pay for that item to house it within your home? Okay, guys, well, those are all of the things that you should not buy if you hate clutter. I'm going to go ahead and link another video, so click on it and I will see you over there. Bye-bye.